So me and my grandpa, we got a lot done in a little bit. So I test fitted one of the storage bins I want to use because that, like, using measurement wise, it would not fit. But I wanted to test it and see if it would fit just because, and it fits. So I'm gonna do the storage bins. I think it's gonna work out really well. But right now I'm getting ready to paint my main frame, and I'm gonna show you guys what I did to it. So we took it out and we flipped it over, and so the front joints right here, where when you pick it up, it flex like downward because there's nothing in the middle supporting it. It's just a big wide frame all the way around. So we put a piece of wood underneath to support it like that. It comes around, I got screws in it going to these, and this is all level now. So that's real sturdy, and we added this piece here, just a little bit stability on the edges there to kind of give it a little bit more support and prevent it from sliding back in the boat. And then we kept this the same. These are to keep it from sliding left to right. We got this together, but this doesn't need to be too sturdy because it sits right on the boat. And then once I go to put the hatches in, I'm gonna run 2x4s underneath across. So I might need to get more 2x4s for the hatches. And I'm gonna put a 2x4 on top of that 2x4 for the lid to sit on. Or maybe a 2x2. That way the lid sits on is sturdy all the way through. And then the tub, like the Rubbermaid bin, is gonna go in there, and I'm screwing it into the sides. So that's the plan right now. I'm probably gonna put a time lapse on as I paint it. I gotta get some of the other stuff around, but that's the plan. So I'll put a time lapse in, me painting it, and then Monday, which today's Saturday, so Monday, I'm gonna come back after this is all dried and hopefully have a jigsaw so I can start cutting out my deck and kind of figure that out.
Alright, so this video is a pretty boring video, to be honest. It's kind of just a time lapse of me painting the other side of my boat deck. So I figured I'd take this time and kind of go over my plans for this year. One of the biggest things or goals this year is, one, get this boat done and nicely. It's coming along. This video is going to come out, and then hopefully shortly later this week I'll have another one coming out of me cutting out the top part of my boat deck and getting it sanded down to fit properly. And after that, I'm going to fish a few Wednesday nighters with me and my buddy. Hopefully almost all of them. And I'm just gonna, goal is pump out as much content as I can, whether it be Wednesday nighters or just going out fishing and having fun. Along with that, I think one of the other bigger goals with this year is just making content, honestly, trying to grow my brand. And I'm gonna go about that by mostly recording and posting on YouTube, on Instagram and TikTok. And let's not go there, but we all see where the whole thing with TikTok possibly being banned in the next 6 months. So not gonna go into great detail about that, but with the boat, I went over most of it, but I'm painting edges and everything, as you see right now, and I'm going to do multiple more quotes on this, which I'm probably not going to really record, or maybe put a little bit in a video. I'm using it as like a sealant, mostly for this part, but I'm going to be doing like a seafoam deck on top. And so this is like a gloss enamel, and that is what the 3M backing of that stuff is going to stick to. And so that's why I need the gloss.
Alright, so I got done painting like the first coat / the top half of my frame. It's came out wider than I would have liked it, but it's looking pretty good. We got most of these sides done. It's just now we gotta wait for it to dry, flip it over and paint it on the other side, and then it'll be ready to start cutting and figuring out my top deck and also where I am putting the hatches exactly. It's coming together good. If you guys got any more tips or anything, let me know.
So like I said earlier, I originally wasn't planning on recording this part, but here I start working on the bottom side of the deck. In this side, if there is any water that touches my deck this time, it will be on the underside. The original deck I had in there, it was basically just the front. I don't got a good photo of it. I'll probably show later, but it was just the front, kind of level with the seats, and it was in the water quite often if there was water in the boat, because the boats would sit level or if it wasn't tipped up. So it was always in the water. So I felt like that made it rot out quicker. And with the design I did now, it's going to be on top of the seats. So if it only way water should like touch it is evaporation basically, or from rain possibly traveling down it. But in order to prevent that, I'm also going to be putting silicone along the edge of my like deck with the plywood. So I'm going to put silicone all along the edge, and then I'll put the 3M backing and the, or not backing, but the EVA foam down. And then the silicone and stuff. And the EVA foam shouldn't, like the original is carpet. With the EVA foam, it's going to be waterproof. Or not necessarily waterproof, but it's not going to hold the water against the wood, which should help its longevity and help it last longer. So that's the main goal with that. And I'm gonna have the 2 hatches in there. I think it's gonna be a really good budget boat build, and I think a lot of people will be able to find this helpful because there's a lot of videos out there about how to do it and on a budget. But really, this is maybe a $300 boat build. Okay, it'd be closer to 400 with the EVA foam. Without the EVA foam, it's probably easily only 200. And so if you would do carpet, you could easily get away with doing this at 250, even less, depending on how much prep and stuff you put into it. So I've tried looking for videos like this before, like what I am making on how to do it. And a lot of them are aluminum, which is, if you can do it, 100%. But if you're looking for a budget boat build, especially for like a deep V and all the contours you have to do, this is one.